Good day viewers and welcome back. As I said in the previous video that we did, the Space Invaders one, I was going to do an asteroid navigator. Well, I've actually done it now. I'm not going to go bit by bit for it, but I'm just going to show you how it works, and you could probably pause and write it down and program it yourself. Right, the first bit is totally identical to the Invaders one. When we press button A, we're moving the base -1, and we're doing the same but in a different manner. We're moving the base by 1 when we press button B. See, what I could have had is duplicate. Right, let's delete that just to make it look, standardize it a bit. We can do it like that. We can run that and just yeah, make sure, yeah, that works. As you see, the rest of it is working. Right, now we've done that, this is the main routine. We're going to go down it line by line. It's not rocket science. I'm going to zoom up so everyone can see. Right, the first thing we do, we set a variable called score to 0. This is going to be the first thing it runs. So we're setting the score to 0, and like in our Invaders, we're creating the base sprite. I've called it the same at 2,4, so at this point here, dead center, bottom row. Now I'm actually setting up some invaders. I'm going to have 4 invaders, so I'll do a set invader, and we create a sprite, and we're putting this one at 0, so x0 3. So I'm actually going to put him at this place here. It's the initial setup, so it's far away from our base, so it gives us a bit of time to do something. And I'm going to set the brightness to 50. The brightness is from 0 to 255, so you can make it dimmer, make it brighter, whatever you like doing. Then I'm just going to draw in the next sprite and call it Invader 2, and I'm going to put him at x4, so that's the other end, 2, so he'll actually appear at this square here, other end of the board, so no chance of our base getting hit by him. Again, we just set the brightness. Let's scroll down. Now Invader 3, I mean, these two I've actually purposely set them as far as I can away from my base, but the next two I'm going to just let the micro bit pick where it wants to put him. So I'm setting a sprite, and he's going to be anywhere. He's going to be on line Y1, so this line here, and it's going to pick any one of these totally randomly, and again setting its brightness to 50. And then we're going to just plonk down the last invader, which we plonk him down on the top line, and again totally random which position of X he goes in, and again his brightness is set to 50. Then I'm going to say game running. This is just a variable. If the game's running, it's 1. If the game's ended, it's 0. Just tells the program what loops to run. So I'm going to just set it now. So game running is equal 1, so the game should go. And no, I have to move it up like this. Right, so while the game is running, is basically what this says, which it should be true. It says if Invader 1 is touching my base, or Invader 2 is touching my base, or Invader 3 is touching my base, or Invader 4 is touching my base. So if any of the invaders touch the base, it's game over. We set game to 0. We clear the screen. We showed a string saying the game is over. We showed a score. And then we'll just show reset to restart as a scrolling string. Okay, that's the main bit that gets us killed. And this, right. Now for the rest. So it's constantly every 400 milliseconds it'll be going through this loop, checking to see if there's been any collision with our base. If not, it's going to check this lot. It's saying if the Y of Invader 1 is equal to 4, or basically if Invader 1 gets down to this line, it's going to change the X of Invader 4, so it's going to plonk in anywhere in here and change the Y to 0. So basically when one of these invaders 1 to 4 gets down to, or actually in this case it's Invader 1, when Invader 1 gets down to line 4, it's going to put it onto line 0 at a random location. Now what I do is I actually do this 4 times for each invader. As you see, Invader 2, Invader 3, Invader 4. They're a dead copy. So this statement is saying if Invader 1's at 4, do that. Else if Invader 1's at 4, do that. All the way down through. So when an invader hits the bottom, it gets thrown up the top. Alright. Now what we do is, for the invaders to get down, we need to index them all down by 1, which is exactly what this statement here does. Every 400 milliseconds, just under half a second, each one of the invaders gets indexed down by 1. And when it does get indexed down by 1, we add 1 to score. So as these, every 400 milliseconds, all the invaders will drop down by 1. Every time they hit the bottom line, they will get thrown onto the top line to obviously rain back down. Every time we actually make it through this loop, we'll add 1 to the score. And the only way to make it through this loop is to make sure that our base does not hit anything. And that is it. It's a very basic. I mean, a lot of this can be tied up into smaller, neater loops. It's in its raw state. When I program, I do like to just write it as logical as possible, then think about reducing the size of the code and optimizing. This is not optimized, but while I've got plenty of memory, it doesn't really matter, and it's really just a learning aid. So yeah, again, like in the other one, play around with it. Right, we see the game running. Press the button. Here we go. Missed. Yep, see, quite simple. When you see it's all draining down, that says game over. The when it's actually loaded into the microbit, it's a lot nicer than that. The emulation on this doesn't quite show it. You can just see score. What did I get? 20 to 23. yeah, it's a lot nicer because I don't know why I've still got these dots here. It doesn't seem to do the clear screen. I don't know why on the emulation it works fine on the Micro, but so there you go. Very basic game again. Feel free to play. Feel free to add more asteroids. Obviously you just got to duplicate what I've done here. So you could double the amount, which you could probably do you could actually have 2 per column, couldn't you? Obviously reducing this will change the speed. I haven't got any routines that make it speed up, which I had in the Invaders one, so you could nick that routine, so the whole of this speeds up. So I mean, you could speed it up by just reducing this value, but I mean that's entirely up to yourself. Just a basic program. Oh, zoom out, quite small, and just done with the block editor, which isn't, it has its limitations. Like I said, the other languages are far nicer, but then this is far more enjoyable. Okay, many thanks for watching. I hope it was interesting. Don't forget to leave any comments. As long as they ain't saying things like it's not optimized, I know it's not. And I don't know what I'm going to do next. Leave a comment. What do you want me to program? And we'll have a look at it. Okay, many thanks. See you soon.